Hello, this is another example of a cartographic model. In this case, I want to map suitable wind power sites. And again, this is a toy problem. The real analysis would be much more complex than this, but it's good to illustrate the process on a simple problem. So my criteria here that we have a low population density, land is cheaper, and there are fewer people to bother where there aren't many people, and then better than average wind speed, so in this case above the 50% mean speed for the nation. So what data do I need? So that's the first question. And the analysis, well, it's really a two-part problem. I need the US population density, and this is level sliced by color to high population densities in red and lower population densities in green with yellows in between. And I also need a wind speed rating here. So I've got low to high again, low being the greens and high being the reds. So what are the steps? This is a relatively simple analysis, but there's two major branches in this analysis. So the first has to do with the population data. I want to reclass it to get the low population and then dissolve into the suitable and unsuitable, because this is a hard, it's good or it's bad. I want to reclass the wind speed again to high or low and dissolve the suitable and unsuitable. I can union those and then reclass and dissolve to pick only those areas that have both high wind speed and low population. Now, in a flowchart, it looks something like this. I have my two branches, the wind speed branch and the population branch. So I get this population density. I'll reclass, and I'll get a new layer, and then I'll dissolve that. So I just have the reduced number of polygons. Now remember, I'm usually doing this dissolve to get a less complicated output. In this case, I could probably get away with not dissolving it. Unless there were lots and lots of little polygons, I'm not going to run into an issue. But it's a good habit to get into. And I have just basically the suitable and unsuitable class. Same thing for wind speed, I reclass. I have to define what that threshold wind speed is in kilometers per hour or miles per hour, and what's the suitable metric. And then I'll reclass and dissolve to get these good and bad. Now I can union those and then reclass those that are both high wind and low population, and gives me my suitable, unsuitable sites. So here we go for US population. If I apply this threshold, again, calculating it correctly for my areas, and then do the dissolve, I get these areas that are suitable in green and unsuitable in red. Same thing for the wind speed here, the variation in wind speed. I apply a threshold and reclassify as suitable and unsuitable. And then I union and reclass and get these areas that are a reduced area compared to those that are suitable for wind. You can see some areas get chipped out because the population density is too high, and we cut off areas. And there's my final answer.